Hello and welcome. Let's begin with our top story. The US is quietly paying millions of dollars to move migrants out of the country, and several African nations are a part of the deal. This revelation comes from a new 30-page report from Democrats on the Senate Foreign Relations Committee. In the report, the Democrats have slammed the Trump administration for its costly so-called third country deportation deals. Let's take a look at some of its findings. Now, the report says that the US government has directly paid over $32 million to 5 countries to accept nearly 300 deportees, and 3 of them are African nations. Rwanda received $7.5 million to accept just 7 people. Equatorial Guinea also received the same amount to take in 29 deportees, and Eswatini was paid $5.1 million for 15 deportees. The report says that in some cases, the Trump administration paid over $1 million per deportee. The report claims that the majority of these deportees have already returned or are set to return to their home country. In the report, the Democrats have slammed the double standards of the Trump administration. It says that on one hand, the government is slashing billions of dollars in foreign aid, and on the other, it is wasting American taxpayers' money on costly deportations with no measurable impact.
The total costs of the Trump administration's third country deportations through January 2026 are unknown but are likely upward of $40 million.
The report has also condemned the use of third country deportations as a means to evade the US immigration law. According to the report, many of the migrants flown to third countries had US court-ordered protections. This means that the US could not send them to their home countries where they faced threat or persecution. Yet, within days of arriving in Ghana and Equatorial Guinea, many were sent, reportedly, to their countries of origin. Now, the US anti-immigration crackdown is driven by Trump's America First policy. Since returning to the White House, Trump has slapped visa restrictions on many African nations like the Democratic Republic of Congo, Eritrea, Ethiopia, Ghana, and Nigeria. And at the same time, his administration has been accused of using Africa as a dumping ground for criminal deportees. Under Trump 2.0, the focus of America's relationship with Africa has shifted from assistance to trade. The relationship has become more transactional now, and the Senate report suggests that some African governments may have signed these deals under financial or diplomatic pressure from Washington. The focus now shifts to the fallout. What will be the long-term impact of the US paying African nations to accept migrants who aren't their citizens? And how will these secretive payouts shape future US-Africa relations?
The Narayan Hiti Palace was lit for dinner. The royal family gathered. Laughter echoed through marble halls. But soon, it all changed. Gunshots rang out, one after another. A night that would shatter a kingdom. In hours, the royals were assassinated. Not in a war or a coup, but in a massacre inside the palace walls. Catch the full story on The Assassination, Saturday at these times.